Welcome to the electrifying universe of Guilty Gear, where arcane magic meets electric guitars and every character's story could be a saga in its own right. In this world of high-octane battles and profound narratives, today we stumble upon A.B.A, an enigmatic figure of the Guilty Gear universe who is long waited by the fans to arrive at Guilty Gear's tribe. Imagine a homunculus born not of natural means but through alchemical genius, searching not for conquest but for connection, a physical body for her love. I'm Arcadenaut here, and just like we have explored the lives of Zato-1, Asuka Arcroids, Johnny and Elfeld Valentine, today we are delving into the enigmatic existence of A.B.A, a unique addition to the Guilty Gear roster since her first introduction in Guilty Gear Isuka. From her secluded beginnings in the laboratory named Frasco to her journeys across a world brimming with conflict and camaraderie, A.B.A's story is a compelling narrative of loneliness, determination, and the unyielding search for belonging. With her updated design that captures the hearts of Guilty Gear fans, this is the journey of A.B.A, all-consuming flame of love. A.B.A made a striking entry in Guilty Gear Isuka, and Guilty Gear Isuka itself was a departure from the traditional one-on-one fighting format of its predecessors, offering a 4-player rumble that pushed the boundaries of what was expected from a Guilty Gear game. Within this innovative setup, A.B.A stood out not just for her unique design and fighting style, but also for the depth of her backstory, immediately capturing attention with her distinctive appearance and unconventional weaponry. But who is she really? First, let's start with her background story before talking about her journey in Guilty Gear XX and then Guilty Gear Strive. Born atop a secluded mountain in a place called Frasco, A.B.A is the culmination of a scientist's lifelong ambition to create life itself. Her creator is unknown, her purpose is again unknown, yet fate would have it that her birth was met with solitude, as her creator was taken by the military for reasons again unknown. However, according to some of the theories, her creator might be Asuka Arcroids, making A.B.A the first prototype, the precursor to the Valentine series. But again, another theory is that her creator's name was Paracelsus, as she wanted to honor her creator by giving her demon axe the same name. And without her master, this left A.B.A to awaken alone, with the halls of Frasco as her only company, leading to a decade spent in the shadows of isolation. For 10 years, A.B.A lived a life untouched by the outside world, her existence confined within the walls of the abandoned laboratory, yet her heart yearned for more. Dreams of escape, of discovery, and of connection. It was during these years of solitude that A.B.A found solace in collecting keys, symbols of freedom and doors yet to be opened. As these keys weren't just mere objects to her, they were promises of a world beyond her secluded life, a world she desperately wished to be a part of. One day, driven by a mix of curiosity and loneliness, A.B.A ventured beyond the confines of Frasco. It was then she stumbled upon Flamant Nagel, an ancient relic of war that would forever alter the course of her existence. To A.B.A, this relic wasn't just a weapon, it was the first being she connected with. She fell in love at first sight with the axe shaped like a key. Renaming it Paracelsus, she vowed to find it a body, igniting a quest that would lead her into the heart of the Guilty Gear universe. And Paracelsus, or by his original name Flamant Nagel, is a living demon axe weapon that originally appeared as a lone, violent beast, wandering the no man's land ruins left in the wake of the Crusades. It was around that time Slayer, who was wandering around the ruins as well, came across Flamant Nagel and the two fought. At first it appeared the beast was unbeatable until Slayer discovered its secret, The body was in fact a vessel, and inside was a strange, sentient, ancient artifact. After Slayer defeats the relic, he leaves it to its fate until A.B.A finds him and dedicates herself to finding a suitable body for her love and for her self-acclaimed husband, leading to the events of Guilty Gear XX. A.B.A's journey is marked by her struggles to adapt to the outside world, her encounters with characters like Faust, Slayer and Potemkin, her participation in battles that shape the fate of her world. To put it simply, A.B.A is very shy of people. She is really just a timid girl, bearing no hatred towards others in her heart, and she can be just as thoughtful as other human beings. However, A.B.A finds motivation in Paracelsus, her key husband, and Paracelsus, on the other hand, has two personalities, one for each of his forms. In his common state, he is silent and doesn't show any signs of evil, refusing to have a body of his own, along with being rather humble and trying to dispel most of A.B.A's assumptions in many social situations. However, in his awakened form, he names himself as a fighting spirit and shows numerous types of violence. It is stated that during the Crusades he would brainwash his wielders to fight for bloodshed with no regard for friend or foe until they died. Even then, there are times this side of him will awaken to warn A.B.A of impending danger, so basically Paracelsus is calm and collected and helps A.B.A to act positively. However, if you ever show a sign of investigating maybe Paracelsus or even taking him away from A.B.A for just a second, may A.B.A have mercy on your soul. And during A.B.A's Guilty Gear XX story, she is on a quest to find Paracelsus a suitable body, which leads to her meeting with characters like Zappa, Faust, Potemkin, Slayer, and even Kai Kisk. At first she confronts Zappa and learns the whereabouts of Faust from him and immediately rushes to find the cure. However, from Zappa to even Kai Kisk, nearly each and every character is quite confused with A.B.A's bloodstained bandaged costume, thinking that she might be hurt, needing immediate first aid. Faust tells A.B.A that she might need a scientist rather than a doctor to find a suitable body for Paracelsus, guiding her to the Zepp Armed Air Empire, where she meets Potemkin. It is there A.B.A has the first choice of her story. She either trusts Potemkin's honest words and waits for Potemkin to find a scientist that would help A.B.A, or rejecting his help and continues her journey with Paracelsus, where she meets Eddie, which hosted Zatovan's lifeless body back then, and also desperately searching for a new body. Although A.B.A's arcade story changes depending on if you decide to trust Potemkin's words and then wait patiently for his return, the endings change based on your performance. If you defeat Robokai without losing a fight, the arcade journey ends with Ino being the last boss, or changing to a fight against Dizzy if you lose a match. The ending with Ino can be considered as the good ending, as it starts with A.B.A's meeting with Slayer, and then Slayer telling them to visit Post-War Administration Bureau to find somebody who would find a suitable human body for Paracelsus. As the two immediately vanishes in front of Slayer and then reaches to the Post-War Administration Bureau, there they meet with the scientist Crow. And here, based on your performance, A.B.A either listens to the words of Crow and goes for Dizzy, or just encounters Ino. If you defeat Ino, A.B.A starts to tinker around the halls of Post-War Administration Bureau, finds a device that would make Paracelsus human, and finally achieves her goals. However, she still keeps Paracelsus chained, feeds him with love. And that's how their part 1 story ends. And still, although it doesn't seem like it, this still feels more like a good ending for both. However, on the other hand, if you lose a match and head for the part 2 ending, A.B.A defeats Dizzy, brings her back to the laboratories of Crow, and right as Crow keeps his promise, Robokai malfunctions and disrupts all the experiment. Without any choice, Crow transfers Paracelsus to Robokai's head, and A.B.A, regretting her decision, hugs Robokai's head and Paracelsus, possibly accepting his new fate. As with the newest update, A.B.A has joined the roster of Guilty Gear Strive, faithful to his Guilty Gear Isuka and XX roots, but redesigned and updated for Guilty Gear Strive. Her brass-colored hair coerced into green due to her homunculi origins, Paracelsus' sacrifice mode turned into A.B.A's jealousy mode, granting her insane amount of damage and combo possibilities without losing her health, unlike XX. This time, A.B.A seems to like to use her all-consuming flame of love for her own good. However, if you're expecting some kind of a story from A.B.A's arcade journey, well, you will be disappointed. A.B.A and Paracelsus' journey start in the newest map of Guilty Gear Strive. Fallen Prayer engulfs lives as A.B.A enjoys the vibrant colors and the atmosphere as she meets with Testament, who seems to be quite curious about both A.B.A and Paracelsus. Although A.B.A seems to be talking with Paracelsus all the time, Testament implies that it doesn't seem that way, and then leaves the two of them alone. With a possibility of Testament becoming the second friend A.B.A ever had, the arcade continues with no additional character interactions until they meet with Elphelt Valentine. That means there are even no character interactions between A.B.A and Asuka Arcroids, meaning that Asuka being the creator of A.B.A theory might not be true after all. As A.B.A and Elphelt meet each other, well, as you can guess, Elphelt becomes quite curious about A.B.A's love for Paracelsus and how they became a lovey-dovey couple. Right at that time, Paracelsus senses Elphelt's hidden, dormant power within her and says that there was a time when he would have leapt upon her without any hesitation. And of course, fueling A.B.A's jealousy with Testament joining the scene. With A.B.A becoming friends with Elphelt and Testament, talking about how A.B.A loves Paracelsus and how perfect of a husband and wife they are, we see Paracelsus begging Testament to end his misery. And with that, A.B.A and Paracelsus' journey concludes for now. It is clear that her narrative transcends the boundaries of conventional fighting game lore. It's A.B.A living her own life, trying to find a meaning in life, telling a multi-faced tale of a self-discovery, love, and the pursuit of connection. From her lonely origins atop the secluded mountains of Frasco to her heartwarming yet complex relationship with Paracelsus, serving as a reminder that even in the most fantastical of universes, the search for belonging and love remains universal. As A.B.A continues to captivate fans with her updated design in Guilty Gear Strive, and her story unfolds with new allies like Testament and Elphelt Valentine, it's evident that her saga is far from over. So here's to A.B.A, the lovingly latched-on homunculus of Guilty Gear universe, who is not here to fit in this world, but just want to make a difference. Thank you for joining me today on today's video. Any humble support through Patreon and YouTube join are really appreciated. And it seems like we'll have Slayer as the last DLC character of Season 3, so before that, be sure to tell me which Guilty Gear character story video would you like to see next. And of course, stay tuned for more.